way don't have their stuff together. Because remember, the one guy who
Because
came on,
he got. You remember? Wait a minute. You remember the Sparkles niece? He was supposed to go to jail for that. The reason why he got acquitted back then is because her parents and even the child, they lied on the stand.
Right. See, there can't be none of that. None of it. Like nothing. Like everyone. If you're going to go against them, you need to go against them. Don't waver. Don't, you know what I'm saying? None of that him and hawing around, because what's going to happen is, if you do that, there's a high probability, being as though he's getting this guy now to defend him, he could very well get off again.
I mean, come on, it ain't very well. If this man and Michael Jackson had evidence against him, these people say that, he was giving them alcohol and they were sleeping in his bed. He paid off one of the parents' tennis bracelets and money, and they let him sleep in their child's room for a month. Okay? A month. I don't know what decent parent allows a grown man, even if he is a mega star, and yes, we do it all adore Michael, allows a grown man to sleep in their child's room for a month. But hey, things happen.
It is. Yeah, I mean, but you and I both know that whole thing with Michael and all that was purely, and even the parents, even when he got acquitted, even some of the parents came forward and said, "Yeah, we lied. It was for money. We wanted his money. He was around our kids, and we looked at it as, oh well, shit, he's around our kids. We can spin this, and that's
exactly
make money what they did. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So in R. Kelly's case, if there's any of that craziness going on, then he could walk away. He could walk away scot free. But if everything that they're saying is true,
so you say so if you say he can walk away, and if he walks away scot free, what's your thought on that? If he gets off scot free, do you think he's going to go back to resorting to some of the things he was already doing?
You know what? let's take it back.
Now, okay, you know what? Let's say this. Let's say this. I'll give you my viewpoint and tell you what I think.
Okay.
I don't think R. Kelly should go to jail. I don't. And I actually know, and it's so crazy, I actually know R. Kelly's sister. And she lives in North Carolina. And I will not disclose her name, but she's very close to me, and we're actually good friends. And and I'm not biased to it because of that at all. I was surprised because she just recently found out about that relationship. She thought he was her cousin for all these years. And then it came out that he's not your cousin, he's your brother. His dad was a Rolling Stone, you know what I'm saying? And they lived in separate homes, and they always saw each other. But my point is this. She loves her brother, and she understands he has some issues. So I hear, and people don't understand, yes, these are artists and entertainers, and he's amazingly talented, but this man was molested as a child, trauma, never was treated for those things. You give some person money, power, influence, and they're demons. Their demons are going to come out. And I'm not condoning anything he did, but I'm saying, why don't they just put him in an institution where he can, for the duration, if they wanted to charge him for these years in prison, why don't they just stick him in an institution where he can get counseling and therapy and be on medication to help with his pedophilia and his mental illness and all of the things that are causing havoc in his life. You feel me?
I feel you. Understand.
That's my opinion, because locking the key and putting someone in incarcerating them, to me, when they're like that, you're not serving a purpose. I get it. People are angered, and this was their kids. I'm not saying let him out to society, but I feel like if he's going to have to serve time, that's how I feel he should serve his time. Even when it came to Bill Cosby, people turned their back on Bill the minute he was incarcerated, and that was a power move. Bill was trying to purchase NBC. Was, you know what I'm saying? So he became the martyr. and that's a shame. What do you think? What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that? What I just said. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think if he does get acquitted, because again, it's people may not want to hear this, but it's a high probability. I mean, I've always said this. I've always said that about R. Kelly, because me on the outside looking in, I still haven't seen the hardcore proof, the evidence that these things were going on. I still haven't seen it. I've heard about it. I mean, we've heard about it. Even back when.
I mean,
the first time
okay, but I saw the sex tape when it was leaked when he was peeing on the girl. He peed in her mouth.
Right.
He peed on her. That
right.
was a young girl.
But again, why did he get off from that? I mean, 'cause just with that alone, that should have been evidence enough to lock him away, right or wrong.
Oh, I agree, but when
Right?
you have
But
people,
we
have to deal with
off.
legal systems, right? He still got
Right.
off, and
He still got off.
And hey, so with that said, you are in this industry, and you are an artist in the industry, and you are working your way through this industry. Have you ever propositioned awkward situations where you're just like, not me?
No, I mean, I've been in situations where I knew that this is going to go left real quick. so,
Okay.
as tempting as a proposition may have been, you kind of got to just kind of use your common sense and be like, nah, one few moments of fun and all this other stuff could lead to a lifetime of all of this craziness, and I'm not even trying to go down that road, And it's so unfortunate for R. Kelly, because he is such a talented individual, and this, that, and the third. In my opinion, from the first time that happened, if I was him, I would have just totally toned down. First, I would have gotten rid of the circle of people I was rocking with. That's number one. Okay.
So but this is the thing. This is the thing, and I'm gonna be devil's advocate. Okay, if I got a crew of people, I got a shitload of money, and I have people that have my back that cover up everything I do, why would I stop? And I think that was his.
True.
You see what I'm saying? That's his mentality, because he tried to validate himself by putting out a 19-minute song on YouTube called "I Did It." Before that documentary was released, and he admitted on the song things he did. He admitted to being illiterate. He admitted to being broke. He admitted to certain things, and that's an artist, in my opinion, crying out for help. The nervous, the breakdown he had when Gayle interviewed him was scary, because you're sitting with this big, huge, tall man, and he gets up, and she's sitting. So it's like that's an authoritative stance by standing over a woman and then getting loud and raising your voice at her. And she's just a journalist, So when you see this kind of behavior, in my opinion, mental illness is running rampant, not only in the Black community, but in so many people, that this man, to me, he has some serious issues, and he needs help. I don't think they should lock away him. I don't think so. That's my feeling on it. And
it's going to be, it's going to be so interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see, Ty. These next few months coming up. Now that he's, like you said, TMZ reported he's switching his legal team and everything. It's going to be interesting to see.
In my opinion, if when they switched it, I feel like you. I believe he's going to get off. I believe he will.
I'll say this. If he walks away, I think R. Kelly, and if anyone's listening to this, people who know R. Kelly, whoever, I think if he's able to be acquitted of this, he needs to just, in my opinion, he needs to just disappear. Disappear to the point where you stay away from those tempting vices that put you in this situation in the first place. Because this will be twice now. You know what I mean? Two very close calls. Because like I
and
said,
these are
he should
twice
have
that
been
we
locked
know
away.
of.
Right. Absolutely right. Absolutely. So if he
Mm-hmm.
does
You
happen
know what I
to walk
mean?
away from this, if he does happen to walk away from, and like you just piggybacking off of what you said, I hope he gets the help that he needs. He needs to do something. This brother stay out of the limelight of the music business. I mean, hey, if you want to write songs for other people, do that. If you want to do that, but don't do anything that's going to enable you. That's going to require you to travel around and be around.
Just don't have enablers around you. Don't have an entourage of enablers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And see, you got to remember, this is difficult to say because you're an artist, E. You're an artist, and how do you balance E, who's, I won't give out your real name, but E, my everyday guy that, you cook, you clean, you do your own thing, as opposed to E, the DJ, the artist. How do you find balance? Where is your balance? Because
my balance is I just keep the type of people that I have around me are straight shooters from top to bottom. I mean, I'm with a manager who I've been with for the past 15 years. And
nice.
I've been approached by plenty of other managers. Oh, I could do better than him for you, blah, 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 blah. But the energy between me and those people, it just wasn't right. This guy, Enrique Lopez, is my manager. As a matter of fact, this guy here makes sure that I steer clear of all these crazy things that comes my way. And that's just one person. I have quite a few other people. My sisters are another one. My sisters will tell me right to my face, hey, you ain't it. You know what I mean?
Thank God for sisters, right?
Yeah, thank God for sisters. Thank God for sisters.
Yeah,
They'll
they
tell
check
me
you. Are they older or younger? They older or younger?
They're younger. They're younger than me. They're younger than me.
Oh,
but you would swear that I was the baby of the bunch because of the way they're pretty protective.
I like that.
To a degree, you know what I mean.
And how many sisters do you have? 2, 3.
I have 2.
How many sisters?
2 sisters.
Nice.
2.
Now, are they in DC as well?
Yes, they are. They are.
Cool.
And this is the first time we've actually all been together in the same place at one time for the longest time. So it's a huge thrill for me to have them around me like that because we've been spread out for such a long time. But now we're back in one area again.
Oh, I like that, E. I like that you have family support and you're in a city that's super hot and a lot's going on in D.C. You have anything coming up to tell my listeners? Any shows, performances, anything coming up?
Yes, I have a brand new project coming up, an EP entitled Rise of an Artist.
Awesome.
It's going to include the song #Team Thick and Curvy and a few other songs that I know you guys are going to absolutely love. Again, shouts to, I can't even thank her enough. Shouts to my girl Jeannie Jones for helping me put this whole project together. Nate Jolley, Noble Jolley, his brother, my man, Nick Wells, who helped write a few songs for me. My girl Asia Major, who's a phenomenal. I'm going to have to send you her information because you got to get her on your show. She's such a
and you know what? I would like
singer.
I want you to if you get her, I want you to come back with her so we can have a party in the studio and hear some dope music. When you come up
that
with
would
the
be
next
amazing.
track, you definitely, let's do it. And we're gonna head out, E. And I want to thank you for being a guest on Ty Jones The Voice today. And
thank you for having me.
If you had, thank you for coming. Brief 5 seconds, give us your final thoughts. My final thoughts for tonight: God is good, people. Embrace what is happening in your life currently, but always know it's temporary and get through it because God is always in your presence. What would you have to say to our listeners tonight?
I would tell everyone to just keep positive people and positive energies in your life at all times. That way, there's nothing in this world that you cannot accomplish through constant support and constant genuine motivation.
I love that, E. Thank you for being on my show. and we will continue to keep in touch. This is E the Rockstar. Follow him on